Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and I am here today on the Crafty Maven for a Sketch It video. I am using the sketch that you just saw, as well as this inspiration piece for March. And what I really focused on was I think it was a lamb at the top, but I'm going to go with a goat because I have pictures of baby goats. Now these photos were taken in May, so they're not really true spring type photos, but these little goats were baby goats. They were just so little. They were probably maybe a month old when we saw them, and so they were just so tiny and cute, and I thought that was perfect to pull out in the inspiration piece. And then I'm also using this kit from Close to My Heart. It's a super old kit. I want to say probably at least 2010. It's definitely really old, but I love the paper in it. It's probably one of my favorite paper lines from Close to My Heart. So I used this diagonal paper as my background. Even though the sketch doesn't call to have a border, I felt like it needed something. I didn't want to just put it on cream cardstock, and I definitely didn't want to use one of the pattern papers as the background because I just felt like that would be way too much. So this sketch was perfect for these photos because I have 7 photos on this layout, which I am definitely, if you guys follow me at all here on the Crafty Maven or on my channel, which I'll link below, you'll know that I am truly a 2-page scrapper as well as a lot of photos on my pages. So I like to have lots of photos to document. So 7 photos is pretty normal for me. So I'm just following along with the sketch. I have my 4 photos in the center and 2 on the left, 2 on the right. And then I'm just using this brown, I don't think that's a word, brown swirly paper. And I love this paper. It looks like it has stitches on it, like someone actually went in and sewed on it, which I think is so pretty, but I definitely would not have the patience to sew all the circles. And they are printed on. It's not actual sewing, but it's a pretty cool looking paper. So once I put my photos down, I didn't like the way that they looked on that cream. I felt like I did trim them up. The sketch calls for a 6x4 photo, and I trimmed them a little bit because I wanted a little bit of border around them, but that I didn't like the cream. So I pulled out this blue pattern paper, and you can't really see it on camera, but it has like a subtle white swirly lines in it. So I put that behind the 4 photos there. And then when I mounted this photo on the far right of Kevin with just a little baby lamb, I wanted to double mount that. So I just used the brown, the same paper that I used the blue. The back of it has a brown pattern on it, just like the front. And then I double mounted it with the blue paper as well. And then I wanted to add a little bit of pink. This is a page that's focused on spring, and I felt like I could pull some pink into it. There's some pink on the diagonal strip that's my border. So I felt like this was just enough pink that I could add to it and it not be overwhelming, since there's only 1 photo of me in this layout. The rest of the photos are of Kevin and my nephew and those really cute goats. So I'm going to ink up all of the edges, including the cream colored cardstock, and then adhere it down. Now I didn't do a border all the way around. I did put my cardstock right up to the edge that is with the photos, because I felt like since the photos go across both pages, I didn't need that border on the right hand side and the left hand side up against it. So, and I really like the way that came out because I have a bigger border on the far right hand and far left hand side. So I wanted to add something to separate the blue paper and that brown paper. So I found this sticker on the sticker sheet, and it has all the colors in it as well, and a little scallop edge. So I thought that would work great. And now I'm just trying to figure out where everything goes. I'm going to put this photo down, and I am going to use some fun foam on the back of it to pop it up just a little bit, give some dimension to it. So let me tell you a little bit about these photos. We went up to Illinois to visit my nephew, and he was showing us around. They have a big farm, mainly cattle, but they also have goats, and he wanted to show us all the baby goats. So we were out there, and you can tell in the photos that we are definitely city people because he's in like pants and his cowboy boots, and we are both in flip-flops and kind of nice clothes. I mean, we're in jeans and a t-shirt, so nothing extremely nice, but he's definitely in more of a rugged outfit than we are. So it was one of those times that you definitely had to watch where you were walking. So I did cut out the circle. I used a Martha Stewart circle cutter, and I've had this thing forever, and I have a love-hate relationship with it. I love the way that it cuts circles, but sometimes it's just a pain to get it around all the way around the circle. So I put the photo on the far left-hand side with Kevin down on the layout, and then used fun foam for the photo of me just to give it a little bit of dimension as well. And then what I'm going to do with this piece of paper, this is the paper that I gutted the inside of the background paper with. I'm going to cut out strips, and if you'll notice on the sketch, it calls for strips on the on top of the circle. So that's what I'm doing here. And I lined it all up, and then I took it all off, and I don't even think I follow it. I just kind of put it back the way I felt like it should be, or what looked good. So I do end up taking this photo off because it was just getting in my way. And I add all of these strips down on top of the circle there, and then put the photo back on top of it. I do use just a straight ruler and an X-Acto knife to trim them all off. At first I was going to trim them using my trimmer, but I just didn't like the way it was taking too long. So once I add the photo back on, I find a circle sticker to kind of cover up the edges so it looks like the strips are going into the circle, which I pull off right here. And then I'm going to start embellishing. I'm just going to pull some of the stickers from the sticker sheet that came with this paper pack. And oh my goodness, this happiness tab, I have so much trouble with it. One of the things I think, because the stickers are older stickers, they are not they don't stick very well. So, and then trying to move it around, and it just popped off, and sometimes we struggle with things like that. So now that I have all of that down, I add a couple more of these little stitchings, and then I'm going to pull out my book to see what additional things I can find to add to this, because I just needed a few more things. And so I found this circle that I'm going to cut in half and put on top and bottom of this particular photo. So I'm so glad that you guys joined me here on the Crafty Maven Getaway. There are such talented women here that every day I'm so amazed at all the different talents that come from this particular YouTube channel. So I'm so glad to be a part of that. And the sketch it part of it is definitely something that I lean towards a lot. I use a lot of sketches. I feel like they are a great way to get started, especially if you are having trouble looking at the blank page, which is definitely something I struggle with. If I sit down and I don't have a guide as to the way where I'm going to go or what I'm doing, I just feel lost, and I don't want to feel that way. So I know that there are a lot of people who feel like sketches are cheating or a way to not really have your own creativity in it, but I don't feel that way at all. I feel like it's a starting point for me. Sometimes I follow the sketch very closely. Sometimes I don't follow the sketch at all, and I just use it like one little aspect of it and use that off as a jumping point off for my sketch. So I'm a true believer in not reinventing the wheel. I don't feel like we should have to come up with these amazing ways to scrapbook when we know what works best for us and what we really enjoy doing. So I did pull out these stickers. The colors definitely don't match this layout, but there are 2 white stickers that just have some black writing on it. One says 100% country and the other one says life is better on the farm. So I felt like those kind of tied the farm in a little bit, but not overwhelming and definitely not cutesy or anything like that. So my title is going to be Farm Friends, and because the title is so long, I had to move that sticker that says smile and the little blue heart and the little clear rhinestone down a little bit because I needed to make room for that S. And then I'm going to use these circle stickers to spell out the word farm. And then I forgot to add the dot to my eye, so I'm going to do that now. And then I'm going to journal, and my journaling just says the baby goats were amazing, and Malachi, which is my nephew, loved showing them off. He is a natural on the farm, which is definitely true. So here are my completed layout as well as a few detailed shots. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you want to see more double page layouts, because that's all I do on my channel, make sure you click the video link below so that you can check out my channel. And I hope to see you guys soon with my next video. Thanks for watching and have a scrappy day.